So particularly University of Manchester, because I did my undergraduate here, and this was where I was introduced to electroacoustic music as well, so they kind of ignited the passion in me.
So this master's interested me because I already had a passion for electroacoustic composition, but the interactive media really spoke to me as well. I saw that it was very outward facing as a degree, so you do get to come to events and there are commissions and opportunities to research outside of this facility.
Well, I mean, Manchester University is very well known about encouraging and promoting interdisciplinarity in research.
The wider music department is incredibly vibrant. The Music Society does all sorts of concerts. This is mostly in performance, instrumental and vocal. But the NOVARS community is really fantastic. We do a lot of things together, such as the matinees, where we share music that we like or musical practices that we do. And we have a lot of people come back once they've finished either their masters or PhDs to kind of talk to everybody else. So it's a fantastic community.
Mantis in general is, I think, one of the most vital parts of the degree, at least for electroacoustic performers, definitely. So yeah, being involved in the Mantis Festival and kind of having the opportunity to showcase your work is really, really vital as well. And then you've also got like visiting academics come as well, and then you can invite your friends and family, and it's really good to show off your music.
So the Mantis Festival is one of the best things about doing a postgraduate here. It's fantastic to hear your work over kind of 30 to 60 speakers is just ridiculous. And the opportunity also to develop your skills with diffusion, because that's something that I'd never really done before.
I remember the modules like, for example, organized sound, which was all about learning how to think of electroacoustic music and analyze it, and I remember how much better I became at actually understanding the music that I like, and how I developed the vocabulary to be able to describe this and communicate this.
When you do composition project, which again is following a brief but outside of academia, which is really, really good, because you're always going to have briefs that are outside of academia if you continue your artistic practice postmasters. For me, one of the fun ones was the interactive tools course, which is you can basically do anything. I worked with game engines, which I'd done a little bit before, but this was really a kind of skill development time for me and was fantastic fun. And then the freedom of the portfolio also is just fantastic.
This is Exoplanets, made during the Interactive Tools and Engines module in the Electroacoustic Pathway composition at the University of Manchester. We made this at NOVARS Research Centre. So we've got a exoplanet here, and you can move the size, the density and the atmosphere to create lots of different planets. And then once you're comfortable with that, you can create lots of different planets as a 6-voice synthesizer using physical modelling to create a universe and a composition experience as well.
Interactive tools 对于交互这个领域来说，就是它不像是一种传统的意义上的一种艺术形式，它一个非常好的优点就是可以让所有人 open-minded。我的老师给我一个非常大的启示，就是在于他认为交互的艺术是源于不一样的 community 不一样的社区之间的一个合作。
Yeah, definitely. I think because we've got a small academic staff cohort here, you get to know the staff really well. And then also they've got their office hours and they're always in the building, so you can always talk to them about anything that you need to think about, but also things that you might want to do externally. So I've had a lot of help with kind of funding applications and applying for external conferences for my work and my research as well, and they're always on hand to help you with that, so that you've got a good success rate.
Yes, definitely. I mean, as I said, I was first exposed to machine learning through my master's, so this is where I familiarized with this technology and how I got interested in it in the first place. So by doing some catching up by reading, I had the chance to do I was able to actually formulate a proposal that sort of merged together the more technical side and the more creative side. And as I said, University of Manchester is a place that promotes interdisciplinarity a lot. So through that, I was able to actually attract a funding that is primarily a funding that deals with technical research. And I'm very happy about that because it has given me the opportunity to not just actually do my PhD, but also go to conferences and showcase my work and discuss with communities I would not have access otherwise.
Yeah, 100%. I thought when I finished my undergraduate I could go out and be an electroacoustic composer, but coming back to the master's degree, it's kind of opened so many new doors for me, especially having kind of the expertise on hand, but also it's given me the confidence to kind of use the pieces that I've made as part of the master's degree, and then I can go and submit those to festivals elsewhere across the country or conferences, and I've presented my research recently at a different conference. And I think having that master's degree, it's made me feel like I can release my music and I can go places with it.
I learned a lot of technical skills which I've taken into my professional career. I've done installations kind of outside of the PhD, which I definitely wouldn't have been able to do without the skills I learned during the masters.
I think anyone that has an interest in electronic music. So my year, personally, we had a lot of people that had done different degrees, undergraduate degrees before they came here, so they'd done history, different things like that. And I think as long as you have an interest in production, sound design, film music, electronic music, that kind of thing, it is 100% for you, and it's looking at a new way to approach that kind of thing.
I would recommend the masters to anybody who had an interest in using technology for sound.